there is more than one allocation per year. Do you know if that's the case this year?
Application cycle and allocation?
Right.
As far as we know, there will be just one allocation again this year. They have in their regulations, and up until about 4 or 5 years ago, they used to do 2. But when there was, when our economy turned as it did and everything went through a downfall, they dropped to 1. And right now, we have no knowledge that they plan to go back to a 2 round. So
okay.
we would not be back until next year if we chose to.
Can I ask this, do you have applications in other communities in the Johnson County area?
No, we do not. I don't have another application in the Kansas Metro or state of Kansas this year.
Okay. Anybody else have questions? Tori, Heath, Christie,
No.
Steve? I'd entertain a motion.
I'd like to move to approve the request by Zimmerman Properties to adopt a resolution of support for the tax credit application for construction of multifamily housing located on 188th Street west of Gardner Road.
Second.
I have a motion, Freeman, second, Harrison, that we approve a request by Zimmerman Properties to adopt a resolution of support for the tax credit application for construction of multifamily housing located on 188th Street west of Gardner Road. Any further questions or comments? Roll call on resolution, right?
We have to have a resolution number. 1900.
1900.
So,
Does that have to be included within the motion?
yeah, approve a request by Zimmerman Properties to adopt resolution number 1900.
Yes.
Approve the change.
True, yeah, that's,
Okay. This is my amendment, yeah.
okay. Shoot,
Yes.
Harrison,
Yes.
Fodovich,
No.
Freeman,
Yes.
Roberts.
Yes.
Resolution number 1900.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Look forward to working with you.
Thank you, gentlemen. Consider adopting resolution number 1901, I guess. Supporting the application for tax credits for Prairie Brook LLC for the construction of affordable senior housing located in the Prairie Brook subdivision on Kill Creek Road, north of 175th Street. Mike.
Thank you. This is a request for resolution supporting a tax credit application for 36 units of affordable senior housing. This is the first phase, or this would be the first phase of a 2-phase project. This map shows the location of the site. This site is on Kill Creek Road. It's north of 175th Street, which is near the Gardner Municipal Airport. And this map shows you the surrounding zoning. Again, the program defines low income as 60% of the area median income. This is a senior housing project, so it'd be restricted to people age 55 and above, which will be me in a few years. It's hard to believe that. But, units will be 2-bed, 2-bath units. Each unit would have a 2-car garage. And the applicant, to my knowledge, is not here. They informed me that 8 of the units would rent for $585 a month, 28 of the units would rent for $815 a month. I don't know if that's important or not.
Say those numbers again.
Excuse me, 8 of the units would rent for $585 a month.
For what, how many,
$585 a month.
but for what type of specification on the unit?
He didn't say that.
So like a 2-bedroom?
They're all 2-bed, 2-bath units. And then
500,
585, 28 of the units rent for $815 a month. And I don't know if that's very relevant, but that kind of gives you an idea of what we're talking about in terms of housing. So the proposed phasing, phase one is that part of the project that is closest to Kill Creek Road. This project was approved as part of a rezoning application and preliminary development plan in 2006. So rezoning is not required for the project. It's zoned RP3, which is a planned R3 district. Final development plan was approved in 2006, but that approval expired, so they would have to come back and request request approval of a final development plan. However, the preliminary development plan is still in effect. This is part of the benefit district created in 2008 for the road project and some of the floodplain control improvements. This is a copy of the preliminary development plan. The one thing I'll point out is that the way this is shown here, the design's changed a little. And again, that would have to be approved to the final development plan. It's still valid. The buildings on the south side of this development, that's all part of the preliminary development plan as well. A significant apartment project. Again, there's a close-up of it. These are some of the elevations that are approved at the preliminary development plan level. And staff's recommendation is to adopt a resolution of support. This resolution would expire December 31st, 2014.
Thanks, Mike. I would suggest just waiting there for a moment. We do have members in the audience. If there's anyone in the audience that would like to speak regarding new business item number 9, now is an opportunity to do so. No one coming forward. Questions from council?
I'd kind of like to know what the rest of my council members are thinking when they approve things like this, because I don't get it. I mean, could somebody explain why you would take, you know, your interest in growth and expanding the community and having, I'm assuming, progress occur, and yet these things all this low-hanging fruit keeps being laid in front of us, and you're all biting it. I'm just trying to figure out what is the rationale? How does going backwards on property values, like you did on the last one where you approved it, how does that improve the community?
I actually think a community is improved by diversification of people that includes diversification of housing. So I understand what you're saying about property values, but I also believe that there are people within this community who have every right to live in this community who may not be able to afford a $160,000 house, one. Number two, I also believe that this property owner, whether we approve the tax credits or not, it's already zoned. He can put up whatever he wants. He can put up this development without the tax credit, so we're not stopping that from happening. We're basically allowing them to apply to the state, just like we did the last time, to be able to subsidize some of this. But we're not changing, I mean, if we deny this, we can still go off tomorrow and start building these. We're not changing what it's categorized for.
He probably won't because we won't have the tax credits, right?
Okay.
I mean, does that...
It'll be a business decision for the business,
Right.
for the property owner.
I can tell
He
you
may not get the tax
that the whole catalyst behind the development of these low-income housing units or restricted income is based on the tax credit. That's where the money's at.
But it translates itself. Here's a stat for you, one of the reasons why this particular development you want to look at. Now, this is only an estimate, just based on most recent studies. Due to the baby boomers, there's 10,000 people every single day that turn 65, and will be that same number for the next 20 years. Those people are going to need homes to live in that time, and if an individual is able to take advantage of tax incentives to allow them to provide housing at $550 per month estimated, that housing is necessary and going to become more necessary. People live longer. They are with us longer. Our families are with us longer, and they need homes to live in. It's been in process. This isn't a surprise project.